Give me a sec. We're Group 1 and Team Jimmy. Our topic is, what does social media bring to our life? 听得到我吗? Oh, okay. Table of contents. So I'm going to be talking about why are so many people using social media. And we're also going to talk about social media app like X, also called Twitter, and BeReal. And also, how far would you go for online fame? And the influences on social media. And last of all is Q&A. So why are so many people using social media? As so many group people said that mostly social media is used to contact friends or family. But in my opinion, like if you take a look at the picture, like some people feel left out if they don't use social media. So that's why they start using it. Or I think the influences around them would influence them to start using social media. Next is, yeah.
Okay, yes, next I like to talk about X. A feature of this app is information spreads quickly. However, this feature has both an advantage and disadvantage. As for the advantage, if you have any trouble, you can share information and get help. For example, if you lose your cat, it might be found by posting that information and asking for help to find it. But this feature also provides disadvantage. That is, if you post something that violates morals, such as violates a criminal act or excessive pranks, and it spread once, you can no longer live in society the same way you used to, because a lot of people will know about your mistake and your identity will be revealed. In this way, X can sometimes bring an advantage in our life, but if used incorrectly, it can also be a disadvantage. Next slide.
Okay, next I will explain about BeReal. As other groups were introduced, it's one of the camera apps which recently popular among younger generation. The biggest feature is that there are no followers. Thanks to that, users do not have to care too much about evaluation from others. Next, I will tell you about the positive and negative points. I have two ideas of positive points. First, it can take unique types of picture. As this picture bottom left shows, it can take both inside and outside photos. And also, as its name suggests, we can enjoy the real photo without any effects and edit. On the other hand, the negative aspect is the risk of personal information leakage, such as the place where you live. The location information of BeReal is turned on at first. If your location information is kept turned on, it may be misused for personal identification or stalking. In addition, there is not enough time to check before posting. People can choose range of sharing when they post. Users should make sure about it. Also, BeReal has a limited to the time of posting, so people avoid looking at smartphone for a long time. Next slide, please.
Okay, so while social media may seem harmless, it has indeed made some social issues. Take TikTok for example. You might say it's just people dancing to music. Well, yep, but there are some examples. Most worry aspect of this challenge is that they harm people, and the motivation behind them is often driven by, well, I want to be famous. People are struggling the little thing when you put on the washing machine and attack children with toy guns, or dancing in the middle of the road. And this may cause harm to themselves or others, but it's still okay because YOLO, you only live once. From my perspective, from my point of view, if someone else their life to do this foolish act, I call it survival of the fittest. But if you are hurting someone for fun, I'm sorry, but you are truly disgusting and selfish. Next slide, please. So, shall we ban social media from expanding people's foolish behavior? Well, I believe that solving the problem should be involved getting to the roots of it, rather than asking why people are so addicted to the internet. What we should explore is why do we need attention to be happy? Next, please. The answer is quite simple. Low self-esteem, a desire of recognition, and it's just human nature. So yeah, we are not machine. We all need to some courage from others to do something. On the internet, you can easily to find comfort or price. If you don't like my opinion, well, I can just block you, and everything is fine. So this can be sometimes become a toxic circle. Yep. Next. Perhaps you might think, yeah, I've been knowing this thing for a long, long time, but I just can't help it. Next. Well, I was saying, take it slow. It's just a plastic horse. It's just like creaking small in me sometimes. Next. Now, although I still spend most of the time on my phone. I mostly used to read ebook like this. I just read book. However, I recently been relearned how to read books in an old-fashioned way. It's coming if you want to know this. The main point I want to make is that because there are too much information on our phone, our brain may not to able handle it in an easier way. So when you feel sad or anxious, just don't confine yourself in this level fast. Maybe go out for a walk, touch some glass, or just share your fear with your best friend, or spend some time with yourself. I think that's to take a break from these confused messages is an easier way to cope. Most importantly, just remind yourself the only thing I can do is focus on my personal life. My self worth does not depend on social media or even how others think of me. I am who I am, and this is my part. Thank you.
Okay, I think social media brings both mental problems and physical problems. And about the mental problem, the first one is self-abortion. And like sharing endless selfies and all your innermost ideas on social media. And that can create an unhealthy self-centeredness. And the second one is FOMO. It means fear of missing out. For example, when your friends and classmates are using social media, then you may worry about missing a message, inside joke, or other information that connects you to your peers. And the last one is social isolation. People tend to spend more time online than in person. So it leads to feel lonely and social disconnection. And next, please. Next slide. And then about the physical problems, the social media may cause nearsighted due to too much exposure of blue light. And the sleep problem is when you're staring at screen at night, the light will make the body feel like it's daytime, so it's harder to fall asleep. And also, the long periods of time will make you feel pain like your neck and back.
It's Q&A, but before the Q&A, I just want to say that even though social media has pros and cons, I think it depends how you use social media. It's like you have to have self-control. Like you can't always go on social media, so you can just control your time on social media. The first question is, what physical pain do you gain from using too much social media?
I think it's sleeping problem because we usually scrolling phones before we go into bed. So we sleep is not enough.
Yeah, I guess you're paying attention. The next question is, What is your reason of using social media? Ben?
Okay. So my reason, my reason to use social media, I think the most reason is fear of missing out, and sometimes it's just entertainment. Yep.
Agree. The last question, can I ask Tim? What have you learned from our presentation? What have you learned from our presentation?
I found a lot of information on your slides were so fancy. I wanted to imitate the way you do. I'm sorry, I wasn't really into the information. I was more into your design. Okay. I was quite amazed. All right. And also the other point is that throughout the day, I learned this app, okay, Be Real. Okay. It's kind of funny. Two teams to talk about it. And also, I didn't really know Facebook creator. Is that from X? Is from Facebook? I wasn't quite sure. So these two parts are kind of like a very resourceful. I had a lot of fun. Okay, really, really. Okay, thank you. Very informative presentation, actually.
Yeah, that's pretty much our presentation, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you.